Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating heaven on earth, people, and the way that I do it is by creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people, and most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message for you today, people, is to seek God during the storm. There's a storm happening, people, across the world. Some places it's just, an awakening and a rising, especially across Africa and the Caribbean and other places where people are awakening. But for countries like right here in the U.S. right now, there's a storm that's happening. And during the storm, people, I really want you to really seek to find the Spirit of God inside of you, especially now, because it's going to give you the peace that you need. It's going to give you the strength that you need and really help you to identify how powerful that you are. As I mentioned before, I've been in this country for 30 years, just about. And, I don't really watch news. I haven't watched news really in like 3+ years. I don't watch news because I understand that it's a propaganda machine. It only talks about whatever their narrative is, not really what's facts or what's really going on the ground. I think it was like a week ago, I started seeing these things where it's talking about music festival in Los Angeles, music festival in New York, because according to TikTok and all these places where they're being censored, you can't say protest or search protests. You can't find it even on Google. That just shows the power of, um, preventing the public, I should say, from really seeing what's really going on. So anyways, the last few days here, I've been looking at some of the different protests, music festivals that's going across the U.S., man. And this is literally like, it's crazy. It's hundreds of thousands of people almost in every city that's out here in the streets, man, just protesting the situation that they're experiencing. Los Angeles, I've heard that been going on 24 hours a day, man. New York, all over the country, these things are popping up and happening everywhere. And, it's like in the midst of this storm that's happening, I just want people to really dig within and really connect with the spirit that's in them, man, and get on that awakening, to break out of this matrix. Because at this point, if you didn't believe that it was a matrix before, you should now. Because it's like, you got to understand the system is in place to protect, the way of being, you know what I mean? In a sense, like the news outlets, like, why would they not share these things to let people know? What about freedom of speech? What about freedom of people being able to know what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just really want people to understand that what's eternal, man, is the Spirit of God that's in you, and tapping into that, man, because that will help as a collective to give us peace, to give us back, a sense of knowing our power that's within us, and just really being able to see, you know, the greatness that is to come after this, because this too shall pass. Obviously, no storm lasts forever, but it's like it's gonna help you to see more clearly while you're in the middle of the storm. So that's my intention for sharing with you today, to really dig within, to go within and start identifying and knowing who you are. You know what I'm saying? But it's like this right here should serve as a test, man, and a test, not a testimony, but a test to show other countries, especially, I mentioned it yesterday with Jamaica right now. They got election coming up here on the 3rd. Let me share with you, people, elections have consequences. It's either good consequences that you want, which is more like rewards, or, you pick the wrong choice and you end up with a situation that you really don't want, man. And I've already said it yesterday, but I say it again. You have two choices in Jamaica right now. You have Mark Golden and you have Andrew Holness. You have the past, you have the future. It's your choice, people. I can't make up your mind for you, but I think you're smart enough to use your common sense, man, and see, example of what can happen when you make the wrong choice. Here in the States, man, I heard, just from research, I think it's something like the the people, the black people that's moving out of the U.S. right now to go to other countries across the world is up 70% since 2014. Like, that's alarming, people, you know? And I think the lesson that anybody, including the U.S., can learn from this, man, is realizing that your greatest asset is your people. Your people is your greatest asset, man. People is the greatest asset. It's not your military. It's not, the money you have, because that comes and goes, people. Look at the Roman Empire and every empire that have ever risen. They all have fallen. And they fall because they forget that the real assets is the people in their countries, man. And you have to do what's in the best interest of their people. Say what you want about China, but one of the reasons why they're rising, people, is because they understand that the most important thing is human, is people. People is their greatest asset. So they do any and everything to make sure that they're providing for their people the best of everything. I mean, you name it, all the problems that they have all the problems that they've had, they have invested in the technology that would solve the problem for their people. Not a few that's at the top 5%, 1%, whatever the case is. I mean, you harbor all that money, and what? If it's not for the betterment of people, what's the use? What's the purpose, man? I don't get it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all I know is, people, is that right now we have an opportunity as a country here in the U.S., because I've lived here, so I've lived here for 30 years, and I do love this country. I've received a lot of benefit from it, and I want the betterment for people that are here. And I'm hoping that the government will heed these messages, whether it's from me or for other sources, the people especially, because they're out here protesting and declaring, the things that they would like to see. Is you must realize, man, that at the end of the day, people is your greatest asset. And there's an opportunity, whether it's, for this administration is here to turn things around, man. Do things that are in the best interest of your people. Because if you don't, then, it's not going to end well, man, for anybody. That's with any country. You know what I'm saying? Is that you can't, you really have to invest in your people. I'll focus on the positives here, man. Focus on your people, man. People is your greatest asset. Not accumulating all this money or all this power and just greed, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I really hope, though, that I really hope that the government will really focus on what's in the best interest of the people. Like, because I listen to these people that's out there and just seeing the conditions that's happening, For a little bit, it seems like some war-ridden country that you see overseas. Now, obviously, they're not out here killing the protesters, but it's like just the conditions, man. It's like it's all within our ability to fix these things. So it's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, for any countries that's out there, I want you to look at this right here as a case study and learn from this, man. Not that you need to do that, but dang it, I'm just showing you is that your greatest asset is always your people. And anybody that forget that, whether it's a business, whether it's a city, a country, then it's just a matter of time before you fail or fall. And I'm not saying, I'm telling you, that's how it goes, man. Every great empire that they fall because they start neglecting the needs of their people. If you always do what's in the best interest of your people, you will always win. Not only will you win, you will continuously thrive and get better, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how that goes, man. There's no shortcut to it. The things that work in the past, bullying people or using, wars to win what you want, that stuff don't work no more, man. This is the new day and age. People, these are independent sovereign nations, man, and nobody's gonna let anybody bully anybody, not if they got something to say about it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just want us to really focus on soft power, man, helping people, empowering people. you know Take a page out of Jamaica book. Jamaica is a small island, less than 3 million people, but they have the most influence across the entire world. And the reason for that, people, is because it's not military might that's doing it. It's that it's soft power. They're influencing people right now with, our cuisine, our natural love, our warmth, and all of those things. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to see more love and compassion for humanity, man. And it's like, We as the people, I want you to go within. I want you to go within and seek the Spirit of God that I know is inside of you. And that's going to really help you to elevate your consciousness. And as we do that as a collective, that's how we change the world, people. Because the rewards that come from that is that compassion will be normal. It'll be a regular thing for you to do without even thinking, you know, peace, genuine joy and happiness. And as you have millions and tens of millions of people that do this, people, is that's how we change this country. That's how we change the world, man. Creating heaven on earth is not just heaven in a few places, it's across the world. And that's how we do it, people, is we have to raise our consciousness as a collective. And the only way I know how to do it, people, is to go within and find the Spirit of God that I know that's inside of you and really tap into that power, man. You know, I want what's best for this country. Because again, I've lived here and I've reaped the benefits of being here, and I want people to have these benefits for generations to come. But I just know that we must change course, people. We must realize that people across the board is the greatest asset. Everybody, all races, and all of these things. We have to dismantle a lot of the negative system that's in place, like racism, that's built into the system. You have to eradicate that, because if you don't, guess what? You look up one day and half your black population is gone. What are you gonna do then? You already scared off the immigrants, you know? I'm just saying, man, you know? It's crazy watching me see soldiers pick up trash in DC and doing gardening work because we got rid of the park employees. I don't know, man. This don't make no sense. It doesn't. And, you know, I just want us to be smart, man. I want us to change course, because if we don't change course, people, it only gets worse. And we have it within ourselves and our power to make the change right now. And I would like to see that. Anyways, people, shout out to Jamaica, man, who is the eye of this world. Shout out to Africa, who's the mother of this world. Shout out to the entire Caribbean and the African diaspora worldwide. Uh, People, you know, my mandate is obviously to unite the Caribbean, Africa, man, and Africa. And the way we do it, people, is by standing united, man. And it's a choice, people. You have to intentionally choose to stand united, because if you don't stand united, people, we know the opposite. Divided will always fall. We refuse to fall anymore. We will always choose to win. And the only way you can win, people, is by standing united. So I recommend that also for the people in the U.S. right now, to continuously, across racial lines, stand united, man, you know, and really save this country in the U.S. and across the world, you know. Anyways, people, my declarations over your lives, man. Number one is that you are a millionaire. Number two is that you're married to the person of your dreams. Number three is that you have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life, man. My prayer for you today, people, is that you really go within and tap into the Spirit of God that's inside of you. The kingdom of God that you seek is nowhere else except inside of you, people. It's not in me. It's not in anybody else. I'm just here to awaken the giant that's in you. God lives inside of you just like he lives in me. My kingdom of God is within me. I am co-creating this new world with God, and I want you to explore what that looks like for you. I want you to tap into the Spirit of God so you can be a co-creator with God, man, so you can do what I'm doing in different aspects. You know, God called each one of us to do different things, and I just want you to find what that is for you, you know. I pray for nothing but abundance and blessings over your life. Y'all have an amazing day, and we'll talk tomorrow.